Today's video is sponsored by Square Enix and the hit game Life is Strange True Colors, which is coming to the Nintendo Switch on December 7th. Life is Strange True Colors has you playing as a character named Alex Chen in a narrative adventure game that has you searching for your lost brother. Alex has psychic empathy powers that allow her to read and manipulate emotions, which she perceives as colorful auras, to physically see how other people around her are feeling at the cost of being infected by their emotions in this interactive adventure game. Life is Strange True Colors is a game that can be enjoyed by everyone, from hardcore gamers to the more casual audience, and has been completely optimized for the Nintendo Switch hardware, offering 1080p visuals in docked mode and upscaled handheld mode, with the user interface and text size being optimized for your Nintendo Switch screen. If you're looking for a great holiday gift for the gamer or non-gamer in your life, check out the link in the description box down below to get more details on purchasing Life is Strange True Colors for the Nintendo Switch, and a huge thank you to Square Enix for sponsoring this video. Buenos dias, y'all. RGT85 here. There is a large Nintendo Switch eShop sale going on right now in remembrance of the Game Awards, which of course happened last night. Make sure you guys check out my video of my thoughts on the Game Awards. I uploaded it very late, so you might have seen this one before that, but go check out that video. But yeah, Nintendo's hosting a big eShop sale. Lots of companies are involved. All these games are on sale at the time of the filming of this video, which is on December 10th. If you miss out, you should have been subscribed. You should have had your notifications turned on. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. We have several games that are $5 or less that I definitely recommend. But without any further ado, let's hop into this Nintendo Switch eShop sale and see what's going on. First game on our list is The Legend of Zelda. I don't really know how to say that. I don't think I've ever heard of this game before. Breath of the Wild for $41.99. And like, if you haven't bought this game yet and you own a Nintendo Switch, let me know why in the comments section down below, because that seems like really bizarre behavior to me. This is one of the most successful games on the Nintendo Switch. It's one of the highly rated games on the Nintendo Switch, and if you don't own it and you're watching this video, you obviously like video games, so you should probably buy this game. I don't really have to say much else about it. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, $41.99. Dying Light recently came out on the Nintendo Switch, and I did like a pseudo video on it. I didn't have enough time to do a full video on it, but I did want to talk about it. It's currently on sale for $37.49, and this game is freaking awesome. This is one of the better ports on the Nintendo Switch, I feel, and I just really like what this game brings to the table. There's multiplayer aspects to the game that you could check out, or you can enjoy it via single player, and there's a lot of things to do within this game. You're basically thrown into a world where a zombie infestation has taken over things, and you have to do certain tasks in order to keep alive. You're sort of a double agent as well, so there's a bit of intrigue and mystery with that. The world itself is crafted very nicely. It looks very good. It runs very smooth. Because of the fact that it's an open world sandbox adventure, there's a ton of different things that can happen within this world, and honestly, it's just a super enjoyable game. I'm still playing it. I'm still enjoying it. So if you haven't checked out Dying Light on the Switch yet, it's $37.49 on sale on the eShop right now. Definitely recommend checking it out. One of the best platformers that we talked about several times before on this channel, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is on sale for $29.99. And once again, this, honestly, to me, is one of the Nintendo Switch games that you should definitely own. I loved this game. I bought the game digitally. I got the game physically as well. I love this game. I think it looks great. It plays great. It runs great on the Switch. It's a really fun platformer game. Yes, it's very challenging at times. Yes, there are some cheap deaths, but the whole checkpoint system in the game works very well and gets you right back into the action. If you've been sleeping on Crash 4, sleep no longer. It is on sale for $29.99. Doom Eternal is on sale for $23.99. Again, I believe this was a Black Friday sale that we talked about, but seriously, this is a super good price for a super fun first-person shooter. Now, I do prefer the multiplayer in Doom 2016 way more than in this game, but the single-player experience is definitely a lot better. I enjoyed the platforming segments in this game, and I just really enjoyed how well this game runs on the Nintendo Switch, all things considered. It's obviously not going to be as strong or as powerful as the PlayStation 4 Pro or the Xbox Series X or anything like that, but it's a damn impressive port for the Nintendo Switch. And if you only own a Nintendo Switch and you're craving some first-person shooter action, Doom Eternal at $23.99 definitely worth checking out. Another Activision game. I guess I'm going to hell for talking about these games, but once again, this is another really good Nintendo Switch game, and that is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD Remastered for the Nintendo Switch, coming in at $21.99. I love these games. I grew up playing these games. They obviously hold a lot of nostalgia for me, but they did enough things to sort of improve upon it to where it really does feel fresh. It really does feel like the old game, but it also feels like a modern game. The online system in the game works flawlessly as well. Of course, all of the characters, well, most of the characters are in the game. Sorry, Bam Margera, you need to get your shit together, get your life together, because you were my hero growing up, and now you're a mess of a human being, man. Get your shit together, brother. But yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD Remaster on the Nintendo Switch for $21.99. A lot of people really love this game. I am not one of those people, but if you are, Dead by Daylight is on sale for $14.99. Personally, I prefer Friday the 13th. Now, yes, Dead by Daylight does have more characters, but the gameplay, I don't know. I don't know why people think the gameplay in Dead by Daylight is so much better than Friday the 13th, because I have to disagree with it. However, I can respect other people's opinions. I know this is a super popular game that has had so many cool characters added to it that I almost want to re-download it again on the Switch and check out the new characters, because I am a fan of things like that. But Dead by Daylight is on sale for $14.99 on your Nintendo Switch. If you're looking for some retro RPG action, Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend is on sale for $14.99. Now, this consists of the Game Boy Final Fantasy games that you might not have played, and I think they held up pretty well. You know, they're obviously not going to be as in-depth as something like a modern RPG or a modern Final Fantasy is or anything like that, but there's definitely, once again, a lot of nostalgia tied into this. A lot of people played those Game Boy Final Fantasy games, and really, they were just sort of lost to the sands of time. So to get them in a nice collection, I think is a really cool thing. Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend, $14.99. Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay a weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. I don't know why I sung that, but every time I hear the title of this game, it makes me think of that, and that is Carry On. And I don't know anything about Carry On. I see so many people talking about this game. I believe it's a Metroidvania style game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. I don't know anything about this game. I see people talking about this game all the time, so maybe I will finally take the plunge on Carry On, My Wayward Son, or just Carry On as it's called. It is on sale for $11.99 on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and like I said, maybe I'll finally check out this game. If you're looking for a great Metroidvania game besides Carry On, like I said, I believe that's a Metroidvania, Ori and the Will of Wisp is on sale for $11.99. Fantastic game. That's all I can really say about the games. You know, all the Ori games are just fantastic games, fantastic Metroidvania games. They look so damn good on the Nintendo Switch, and it almost seems like these games were designed for the Switch in mind, more so than the Xbox in mind. But yes, Ori and the Will of Wisp, I believe this is the cheapest it's ever been on sale currently for $11.99. Check out this game, you will not be disappointed. Call of Juarez Gunslinger is on sale for $7.99. And really, I haven't played this game yet. I know I've said I'm going to buy the game before in the past, but I just never got around to it. I obviously love to roll my R's and say Call of Juarez, but this game looks really cool, honestly. It looks like an arcade shooter more so than your standard first-person shooter as far as how the whole enemy system is in the game. And it's more about just like blasting through waves of people and stuff in a beautiful first-person setting, which sounds right up my alley because I love arcade first-person shooter style games and light gun shooting games. So Call of Juarez Gunslinger, $7.99. I'm finally picking this game up. If you're looking for some motorbike action, Trials Rising is currently on sale on the Switch for $5.99. And, you know, I like games like this. You know, the whole 2D sort of physics-based motorcycle games where you have to do things in order to progress. Like you have to, you know, go up high or go low, like balance your bike in order to get the high score and get on the leaderboards and stuff. I like games like this. It does provide a bit of a challenge, and then once you figure it out, it's very satisfying to figure it out. Now, will this game be better than Evel Knievel on the Intellivision Amico? I mean, probably, and it's only $5.99, so I would check out Trials Rising if you're looking for some motorbike action. All right, cheap asses, here we go. The $5 or less games. A lot of games on here, a lot of really good games. We're going to start things off with The Takeover, coming in at $4.99. Now, this is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, obviously very heavily inspired by classic side-scrolling beat-em-ups like Final Fight and, of course, Streets of Rage. But I've heard super good things about this game. I've heard it's very enjoyable. There's enough things to make it sort of feel modern. It came out around the same time as Streets of Rage 4 did, and I feel like a lot of people picked up Streets of Rage 4 instead of picking up The Takeover because obviously that's an established franchise. But at $5, it's definitely worth checking out The Takeover, even if you're just curious about it, because I mean, it's $5. $5 is not going to break your bank account, and if it does, you know, seek financial advice, bro. I'm worried about you. Next up, one of the most controversial games of all time, Postal Redux. I don't know how, everyone says that word differently, R-E-D-U-X. I'm going to say Redo. Is on sale for $4.49. This game was very controversial when it first came out. It's pretty limited and tame by modern standards, but there's just something very satisfying about playing a PC game that just had so much controversy surrounding it in the 90s in 2021, because it's like nobody would care about this if it came out in the modern era. But if you were a 90s kid, like, your parents probably did not let you play Postal, and if they did, they probably took it away once you were playing it. Postal Redux, Redo, whatever, $4.49. Sticking with the 90s theme, Hotshot Racing is on sale for $3.99, and if you're a fan of games like Virtual Racing, Sega Rally, or even games like Daytona USA, this is a must-buy in my opinion. It definitely feels a little bit different. I will say the drifting mechanic took me a little bit of a while to get used to, but once you adjust to it, this game kicks ass. It looks great, it runs great on the Switch, and the soundtrack is really good on it as well. Everything about this game is honestly just top-notch. If you're a fan of those old-school racing games, this is definitely going to scratch that itch for you, because obviously a lot of companies don't make games in this style anymore. Hotshot Racing is on sale for $3.99. Flashback is on sale for $1.99, and I mean, it's Flashback. You should know about Flashback. I feel like I should have taught you enough stuff about retro games so that you would know about a game like Flashback. One of the most critically acclaimed games of all time. Another 90s masterpiece. Yeah, maybe it hasn't aged all that great for a lot of people, but I still think it's fun. I still think it holds a great spot in the gaming community nowadays. Flashback, $1.99. Also coming in at $1.99 is a game called American Fugitive. Now, this game is actually really good. I really like this game, and I'm surprised that it's this cheap, because this is the cheapest that I've ever seen it. You essentially play as this dude whose dad is murdered, and since you're kind of a scumbag yourself, you get blamed for the murder instead of, you know, cops actually looking for the murderer. You end up finding out that it's like a whole big conspiracy and there's a bunch of people out to get you and whatnot. And really, this game plays a lot like an old school GTA game before GTA 3, that top-down perspective with more of an open world. But I think this game is super fun. The missions themselves are really fun. There's a lot of interesting things that you do within them. The world itself is crafted to be very sort of grisly and, you know, a sort of world that's just, you know, filled with desperation and barrenness. It kind of takes place in like a redneck sort of area as well. It's a very interesting game, and it's a game that definitely flew under the radar. So American Fugitive at $1.99, definitely check it out. American Fugitive, $1.99. And our final cheap-ass game is a game called Dex for $1.99, not Gex, Dex. But yeah, this game is really fun. I've talked about this game a million times before on the channel, but I will talk about it very briefly. Essentially, it's an action RPG set within a cyberpunk universe. The first hour of this game is hard as hell. You will be severely underpowered, you probably will die a lot, and it can be very frustrating. The first few times I tried to play this game, I was like, what the hell, man? This shit is too damn hard. I can't get past this first hour. But once you get past the first hour, once you get into the more open segments of the game, it definitely opens up a lot. You definitely are well equipped to take on the things that happen, and it's a very enjoyable game. Cool story, cool setting, very good performance on the Switch. Dex is $1.99. Alrighty, so that is going to do it for today's video. Actually, the second video of the day, because I'm sure I uploaded the Game Awards stuff at around midnight, because who the hell knows when it's going to end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me your thoughts in the comments section down below. Any of these games you plan on picking up. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, like and share. Huge thank you to Square Enix and Life is Strange True Colors for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description box down below. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Later.